Otters here, and this is how to do a 6-mark describe question on the USA paper. Here is the mark scheme, and the question is out of 6. This is the bottom end of the mark scheme. It's very straightforward. 1 simple statement, 1 mark, 2 simple statements, 2 marks, 3 simple statements, 3 marks. So, let's have a look at an answer and see what mark we'd give it. So, this answer to the question, describe how the First World War had an impact on the USA, has essentially 2 sentences, which if you think back to the last slide, would equate to 2 simple statements. Now they do something that's good in this answer, because the question says describe how the First World War had an impact on the USA, and they start their answer with one way in which the First World War had an impact on the USA was, and they go on to do their answer. So they're using part of the question in their answer, which gives the examiner no doubt that they're actually tackling the question that they've been given. So that's a good technique, but it only says 2 simple statements that follow. So if it's 2 simple statements, then this answer would be 2 marks out of 6. I hope you can see that. If there was an extra statement down here in this sort of area, then it would make it 3 marks out of 6. But because there isn't, it stays at 2. Now how do you get higher marks? This is what we need to worry about. Now you guys don't want 3 or 2 marks, you want to be aiming for 6 marks, and this is the part of the mark scheme which tells you how to get 6 marks. Instead of the simple statements, it said developed statement, 1 developed statement. You can get 4 to 5 marks depending on how good that statement is, or for 2 developed statements you can get 5 to 6 marks. So let's have a look at what that looks like. Now to get 6 marks you had to have 2 developed statements, which you'd know from seeing the mark scheme on the last slide. I'm going to start by pointing out the similarities with the last answer, because here and here you'll see that there's simple statements. It starts off each short paragraph with a simple statement, but to make it developed, this person writing this answer develops their answer by going on to show that they know what they're talking about. They go a little bit further into it. If they had only written the 2 simple statements, as we know, it would have been 2 marks out of 6. But because they've gone on a bit further to elaborate on what they know, they've shown the examiner that they know their stuff, that they've done the revision, and that they've understood the topic, and therefore they would hopefully be given at least 5 and probably 6 marks out of 6. One thing worth pointing out with this answer is it doesn't look particularly long, but if you were to write out this answer onto a piece of paper, it would look a little bit longer. So to give you an idea of the length of how a good answer should look, this is a past paper. This has been marked by an examiner. It's been given 6 out of 6 marks for a described question, and this first paragraph is 65 words long. The paragraph on the last page, which I'd word processed, of course, on this particular app, was 64 words long. So although that paragraph looked very small, it equates to this one on this page, just to give you an idea of how your answer might look. Thanks for listening. Good luck.